100 health. It's not going to be good for the one getting LG'd. Medkit's going to be used there for pretty much nothing, but Absol will touch that flag, and we are seeing a ton of action over here in the base of UM, but not the kind of action that UM wants. UM wants that action where the flag is coming home and they're scoring, not the action where you've got k1ck pretty much dominating middle and over near their opponent's flag. Batija is going to grab the regen yet again. He's got himself the red armor as well, and so look for another possible very nice and quick run. There's the med kick. Batija is probably going to look for a solid opportunity to cap here, and he's going to grab that, and here comes Batija to help out. Oh, it's going to get returned, and Batija will not get his opportunity.
Yeah, I know, actually, it has been picked up. It's NVC making the way out, and he's getting across with 57 health. And honestly, I think what they did is they sort of stuffed that one avenue. They got all the UM guys going in one direction, and here comes the cap, and he's going to get it done. But yeah, nice distraction there, and you know, that's a really great tactic to basically send all the defenders in one direction, and then if you die, then have somebody ready to grab and go out the complete opposite direction. So that paid off. That's 3-0. And right now, it does look like k1ck pretty solid in this matchup. We're about 6 minutes, running around the 6 minutes burned away. But I think we are definitely seeing a stronger showing from UM in this round. It's not quite the runaway that we saw earlier against, I guess it was Yo-Yo Tech.
Yeah, and the worst thing that can happen right now is they give up. You know, that they...
frustration.
That they give it up, you know. Well, I mean, they've got a lot of time still left. From the looks of things, you know, UM is just kind of being outclassed here. And it's not like, it's not a terrible thing. You know, like I see people saying, oh, they're getting owned again, and that's it, you know. And the thing is that they're here, and they fought their way here,
right,
and they deserve to be here, and they will continue to fight their way. And you know, I like to talk a lot about MMA and do a lot of comparisons to MMA, but there's a lightweight, BJ Penn, and he's currently got the belt, and he just won his 3rd consecutive defense of this belt. And people say that he's just like on a whole other level than some of the people out there, and it's just a similar thing. Like, you can have great players out there who are just not, they have not quite yet fully evolved. And we're having flags all over the place, but that thing is going to get returned there as I'm talking to kind of unrelevant things. But k1ck is just, you know, they are one step above their opponents right now.
Well, and I think it's always useful to talk about you know, different sports, because in my humble opinion, k1ck Live is a sport. I mean, yes, you play it on the computer, but it's probably the most kind of raw experience you can get, and requires so much. I mean, honestly, it requires training. It requires really solid strategy, and you know, everything that you can ever think of that goes into a sport. Batija getting a flag run, and he's got help from his team, and he actually jumps over the UM opponent, and he gets away with 34 health. And I think he's going to bring this thing home. And there it is, cap number 4. But
hear how quiet it was in the base?
Yeah, exactly. And back-to-back caps, though. Absol is through center, and he's almost home. Cyber Demon falling on it, and does get a return just before he goes down. And had that flag not fallen, I think it would have been quickly grabbed by a k1ck player. Annie, though, a little bit wise. He's trying to restock on D. Because he's had his fun, and he returns to the base and takes out Cyber Demon with ease. He did lose his Mega and the armor that he had just picked up, so that's pretty critical. But at this point, we're not really seeing enough pressure put on Annie that he can basically afford to make moves like that. He can be that low, and it's not very low. Absol decides to block NVC, and he gets away with 2 health.
Not very good. Not very good at all.
Okay. He stopped.
Oh no!
He made sure to walk off and not jump off.
Anyone who plays Modern Warfare, this is like a tactical insertion, over and over again at the flag.
Yeah.
They're oh, this is not good.
But he just dropped off rail and LG. But yeah, nice back-to-back caps. We're up to 6-0, and k1ck has figured out how to land the boot squarely on the ass of at this point.
Not good. 2 more, and you're looking at a potential ending of the game. Right now, 10 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock. We had 3
nice
consecutive caps, and here Batija's going to go for another one. He doesn't even really hesitate when he falls like that. There's 7, and I expect 8 to be right around the corner.
Yeah, well, one of the biggest changes that we've seen is that k1ck has been able to lock down center, and it's Annie who's been doing a lot of the work. He finally gets shot off by Cyber Demon, finally fragged, but he's held down the center, and we've seen 2 or 3 guys from k1ck in center really holding down that ground. And when you can do nothing more than get a fresh spawn into the center, every single power up, every single regen, every single rail is going to go to the opposing team, and there's really nothing you can do. I mean, you have to have somebody staking their claim. Here's Batija with potentially the flag. Ooh, that's a botched RJ, but he's going to get it done anyway. He's through. Plasma's behind him, and here's an RJ for the winning cap. He drops it off and gives Annie cap number 8. So that leaves us with 1 more map as we move on into the last half of this 3rd place round. Wheat?
That's kind of what I expected. Did I expect it to hit the cap limit? No. But I'm not totally surprised. This comes with some good news because it sounds like IEM will be started here probably within the next half hour. And that should give us just enough time, assuming that k1ck wins this one. Anything can happen here in the k1ck Live Arena, so keep that in mind. But we're going to be moving on to the next map. It looks like things will be going as planned. So, again, what will likely happen is everyone go check out the IEM finals, and then k1ck Live TV will be back with the finals of Bring It Back Safely. That is the tentative plan. So there you have it.
Yeah. And I want to say, honestly, props to the community, because we have so many things going on this weekend, but we're doing everything that we can to try to make sure that people don't have to choose. Like, part of me would love to, I don't know if I'd be able to, but I'd love to also be able to grab some clan base coverage. But I think that might have been delayed, maybe not quite sure. But, like, for example, if clan base is going on after Intel Extreme Masters, and after we finish with the BiBS finals, I'm game. I love this game way too much.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wish there was more hours in the day. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
I need some like 48-hour days. Is what I'm thinking.
I hear you, man. Now, Wheat, I want to kind of call out some people in IOC who are about to go live, but, they say, oh, team-based k1ck is dead. It's all about the duel. Well, what are we seeing here? We're seeing Intel Extreme Masters. We're seeing, of course, that is duel, but then we're seeing this and clan base and South American CTF has started up, Wheat. So I know that we covered a little bit of Clan Arena back in the day, but, yeah, team games, they look pretty solid from where I'm standing.
And you know what? In my opinion, it's always been the team games that support the dual games. Like, sure, it's easier to get single guys to big competitions for big money. It's harder to get a team of 4, a team of 5 to some of these competitions for big money, and it's harder to provide those things. However, from a community point of view, team games are very important. Things like Bring It Back Safely, TDM, clan base, everything that goes on. These community-run events are so important because they help fuel that dual community, and eventually I feel like they'll get their spot anyway. So let's go. We kicked off now.
Yeah, we have kicked off, and we've seen the majority of, I think, all of the flag touches have gone to k1ck. We're watching Annie move in with regen. The other regen was picked up by NVC. The flag is dropped and returned, but there is Annie from behind. We're seeing him on Omnivore's screen, and it looks like, though, Mariju's taking advantage. We're going to hop over to his point of view really quickly. Mariju's taking advantage of the scrambling by k1ck in the backcourt. We're going to go back over to Mariju's point of view. He's now getting chased down by Batija, who we know is one of the best duelers, I would say, for k1ck right now, because he's been the offensive guy. And finally, Andy's going to pull him down back over to the other carrier. It's NVC, getting pummeled and triple-teamed. And I don't think he had any orifice left, Sweet. I think they were all stuffed right there.
Nah, I also waited forever. Like, I'm not sure if